Alright, everybody pays attention, no one gets hurt.
Although Brad was took out early, his final moments quickly showed why he was the one set up, outside of the obvious perception. Around Christmas time in North Yankton, a gift for all involved in the robbery will happen, that being confirmation and able to simply survive. Brad would show he knew a lot as far as his crew he ran with. He can be heard saying something telling to Michael though.
So, you're not getting none from that ex-stripper?
Keep in mind, Brad is talking about his wife, saying that to say we can see why Michael was willing to make this move that fast. Again, just adding confirmation for his choice. But pulling this heist would show to be his identity, which was why he might have moved how he did.
If anyone's killing hostages, it's me!
I'll do it. Okay.
Get in there!
Again, all really wasn't a moral thing though. It was just time for things to cease. One person going to make that happen. But Brad even continued to, of course, play a role for the task, of course.
In the back! Come on! Charges, they're on a timer, so brace yourselves!
Alongside simply having the right attitude to do what him and his crew did so many times.
Oh, fuck, you hear that? Sirens! Fuck the cops! T, hit the shutter switch!
He even stood on them all sticking together, not even of course realizing what's about to happen.
We're in this together! Splitting up ain't part of the plan! We don't go our own ways quite yet!
But of course, Brad would end up simply being sacrificed again for all to actually escape. Brad played things how he did for the fact alone his bar was low, which was why how he handled the hostage earlier was an accomplishment, not because he was the sole bad guy in the group though.
Did you see that shit? I fucking put that bitch's face against the glass. Did you see that?
And Michael, as many know, felt he had something more to lose than a Brad and Trevor, only them really robbing.
Yeah, you're a real stout. Fuck, how'd that happen?
But even the driver being killed, the mentality of the bunch would show. Ironically, Brad showing it.
Guy's a dick!
The fact this guy was took out, and Brad saying this, showed the cutthroat type of thing they all were in, simply brushing people off as they went. The driver was the outsider, so Brad was still under the impression they had each other regardless of who he was or how he moved.
Alright! Yeah! Fuck him, man! Fuck him! Woo! Ha 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 ha! Man, I thought this score was supposed to be an easy take. It's all gone crazy. Yeah, I hear ya. We gotta follow the plan. Everything'll work out. Pair of neurotic idiots.
But he eerily was starting to show his suspicion of the situation.
Man, I'll believe in this bird when I get eyes on it.
Mike?
I say there's a chopper, there's a chopper. We stick to the plan, we're home free. Here's hoping.
But as many know, he walked right into the real plan. But even this was altered after he played his part, going to check behind the barn for the helicopter.
Where the fuck's the chopper? Fuck. I'm gonna check around back.
Ah! The fucking fence! Someone must have fucking talked! Alright, Brad's gonna be fine. We gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm hit!
He was betrayed, left in a town he had no ties to, his grave not even being marked his.
He did not die a hero's death, but he was a man.
But Dave, Michael, even Trevor didn't have to be in that spot, which really all that ever mattered. Almost a decade later, Brad was pretty much forgotten about. His death happened so sudden, he couldn't step back to change anything. But even with his faults, he was still actually set up to die, getting the short end of the stick, being only good at his life, but not good enough to not be sacrificed. And it also, to keep in mind, no one was good in this whole situation. Michael chatting with his therapist, he spoke on what he got up to.
I robbed banks. I ran whores, I smuggled dope.
And you consider them achievements?
These were the opportunities I had. At least I took them.
And think of the opportunities Brad took and where that got him.
And where did these opportunities get you, Michael?
And Trevor even spoke on his aspirations. That was the same. Again, no better than Brad.
I want a friend
franchise network, Ron. I want reward cards and merchandise. I want to make gun violence and drug dependency accessible to every man and beast from Hove Beach to Vespucci.
Showing this to show all were on a path of success, but nothing better than Brad. Again though, Brad just had a low bar, but didn't make it to change nothing. And again, Michael didn't even mention his name, but he would even start and show his regret with what he felt he had to do.
Give the shit up. You work hard, screw over everybody that you love. Hurt, rob, kill indiscriminately, and maybe, just maybe if you're lucky, you become a 3-bit gangster. It's bullshit. Go to college. Then you're gonna rip people off and get paid for it. It's called capitalism.
While of course though, still at the same time showing being fine with his decision, with time passing.
So what I saw the other day was like when a corpse briefly reanimates itself and terrorizes everyone, right?
What you saw the other day was a guy dealing with pests.
Guess I never saw myself as just a fucking pest.
Well, and today's lesson's all about humility.
I don't get you.
Yeah, you will. Just wait until you're my age. You got nothing but bad choices and worse choices behind you. And mistakes you haven't made yet, but know you're gonna make ahead of you. Yeah, you'll remember then.
Jesus, sounds heavy. What happened?
My old life. I was living in the Midwest, you know, up to absolutely no good. Then Amanda gets pregnant, she gets pregnant again. Suddenly I got 2 kids and I'm running with maniacs. I was in a difficult position. Had to make some choices.
And
I did it. Got on with my life. That's that.
And as for Lester, of course he didn't care either.
Oh, I know you never mentioned my name. I know I'm not on any lists anywhere.
I know you never betrayed me.
He doesn't even care to speak on him at this point. It's simply being for the fact he never mattered enough to people in the operation. Brad's dead at this point. But even he was the last to know if anyone was going to be set up, it would be him. He was even heard ironically speaking on Lester, trying to cut him off, being he thought he was more important, alongside thinking again that he mattered to even have a say like this.
You know what feels good? Not giving the walking stick 20 cents on the dollar. That's what feels good. We don't need that prick. We never have.
But the only reason he would start and seem to matter more in the first place, as many know from Trevor thinking he was locked up all that time.
Oh, you told me about him, your old running buddy. And who was the other one?
And even Ron knowing Michael from the stories and not remembering Brad's name even is telling to his role even from beyond the grave. This also showed Trevor all this time only really spoke on him and Mike. Again, he even forgot him enough to not even speak on him.
Brad was the other one. Was locked up in a federal penitentiary.
Yeah. What do you think happened?
If I knew what happened, I wouldn't be bemoaning these last 10 years I've spent in ignorance. When he finds out Michael survived that job.
The only reason he thought of Brad for so long again, though, even if not saying it, it was again, as many know, it was for the fact he thought Michael was dead, having at least one person left from that time frame. But even Trevor, to say the least, deep down knew that he meant nothing to him, as we're going to see, even before the ending of the story. But he only built Brad up to be important from that alone, the closest thing to him that brought back his times with Michael. Meanwhile, Trevor was being catfished. But even with the emails, played on what he couldn't do, being dead of course. It's made to look like change was in effect, things being said that made the idea of what things could have been for him. But he even would continue to reveal him even using Brad, only mattering to him again because of Michael started to visibly be over things some time ago, trying to find that replacement.
She pushed out a pair of little trolls and the big bad troll under the bridge went soft. Hold on, what? So little Trevor made a new friend called Brad, and he was thinking about cutting Mike off when it all went to shit, and Mike got killed and Brad went to jail.
Did all the names just change, or am I missing something?
Shut up! And then the fat ugly troll came back from the dead, and the news picked it up.
Our hero decided to go out looking for him.
Even the company Trevor kept around this point was no different than a Brad. Think of Ron and Wade, loyal, easy to use, along with again their bar being low. Saying that to say, this will also start and show Trevor feeling guilt more so, this being a close guy to him. Getting him locked up trying to replace Michael. And again, the fact he thought Brad changed from the emails. But by the time Trevor came to Michael, for Brad, it was even acknowledged he was left in a bad situation before he even knew what really was felt.
We're gonna get your girl from these assholes. You're not abandoning her like you did me and Brad.
Yeah, Brad.
Poor motherfucker must have woke up handcuffed to a hospital gurney after that stunt of yours. He still writes to me from the joint, you know.
Really? Okay. So, how you been doing?
Oh, I'm getting by.
Aside from the loneliness and heartbreak, of course. Pull it together. Fuck!
Although, even with trying not to be remembered, down the line, it was revealed Brad was supposed to be arrested, while Trevor was the one to be shot and killed.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm a great thief, but you know, it's the other shit that I ain't got figured out.
So what's the deal, man? What's the deal with the Bureau, man?
This clown, I mean, he's an okay guy, fucking cocksucker. We did a deal a long time ago. Didn't go quite the way it was supposed to go. Wrong guy got killed.
If the wrong guy got killed, obviously that showed Brad wasn't the one that bad.
Oh, fuck, man, yeah, and that ain't even the worst part. I ever tell you about Trevor?
Man, I think so, shit.
Well, if you only think so, then I wasn't being completely honest. He's, hell walking on earth. That's what he is.
Which was why Dave and Michael was panicking when Trevor found out Mike was alive. Only saying that to say, it just was gonna be a different outcome for him, still not mattering anyway. But the fact he started to be mentioned after so long was what haunted everyone now involved. Trevor trying to make up for lost times simply was shown to be another reason he even brung him up.
All right, and we do this, and they help us bring Brad. Right?
Yeah, we'll talk about Brad later.
And Trevor later only brings Brad up at this point, thinking he shared now betrayal when it came to Michael.
We're doing it my way, because as I recall the last time when we did it your way, we all got shot at, you got buried, resurrected, turned into a twat, and Brad ended up in a fucking prison!
Meanwhile, Franklin is starting to be introduced to him from these two things as well. This is something to keep in mind for later, but for now, this is starting to develop, of course, an interest in Brad. T would even continue to bring him up for the wrong things, even bringing him up to Lamar for telling reasons.
I miss Brad.
Who's that now?
My buddy. Brad, I miss him.
Well, you with me right now, so enjoy the moment, motherfucker. Don't talk about people who ain't here. You miss Brad so much, go fucking hang with Brad. Leave my ass alone, thank you.
Yeah, well, I would hang with Brad, but he's gone away.
Oh, shit, man, my bad.
Don't miss Franklin like I miss Brad, all right?
Shit, I won't. I mean, that is my nigga, but shit, when he gone, he gone.
Time alone again warped Trevor into thinking he was that close with him.
You, where did we meet?
Nowhere, pal.
Yeah, we did.
He couldn't even put a name on Dave Norton, showing his real focus really just being Michael this whole time. But with this, telling things would continue to show. Trevor not of course knowing about his death, he again simply was trying to cling on to his past.
Oh, so that's you who's been sending those fucking letters to Trevor, huh?
Yeah. He thinks they're from Brad, who he thinks is locked up in high security and not 6 feet under in a grave marked Michael Townley. A few years ago, a letter came to the federal prison system addressed to Brad. Wasn't signed, but it gave a P.O. box in Sandy Shores. I played the part of Brad, and we started a correspondence.
But what takes the cake and basically confirms everything is the closer he got to Michael, Brad wouldn't be talked about at all, literally. The moment he forced Michael to exile with him, of course everything was really about them.
Got news for you. I was always a turd.
No! You weren't, man. You were something. But now, man, you know, you're like this place. You're a shell.
Go fuck yourself. Are you some kind of pure morally justifiable asshole? What, because you're totally psychotic, somehow it's okay?
I'm honest, all right? You're the hypocrite. Oh yeah, you're a fucking hero. So far above it all.
Michael played victim with things, of course.
A few weeks ago, I was happily retired, sulking by my swimming pool. And my psychotic best friend shows up out of nowhere to torture me over mistakes I made, honest mistakes I made over a decade ago. Any questions? Comments?
Yeah. I miss Brad. If that crazy motherfucker was with us now, he would have loved this. Instead, he's got to enjoy himself molesting white-collar criminals in a federal penitentiary.
And of course, Trevor played victim as well.
You know, there's more to this gig than just going crazy all the time.
Killing everyone in sight.
Just because I like the life and you feel guilty about it doesn't make you more of a man than me. And you know what? Deep down, I know you believe the bullshit. The picket fences, the fucking happy endings.
And your street philosopher bullshit, that's gotten you real far. Oh yeah,
You've achieved perfect balance.
Balance? You've gone.
How much you think you make per senseless killing, huh? Couple nickels?
Times are tough. Have been since we put you in the ground.
Hey, you had your savings.
That I couldn't access because you blew the identities. You know, there was nothing for Brad's defense. Man didn't even get a trial, just popped up in Supermax.
But moving forward, as many know, everyone else that lived to tell things, all would get together for one last heist.
What's going on is the big one. A long, long time ago in a faraway place, there were 3 guys. Michael, Trevor, and Lester.
And Brad.
Yeah, sure, Brad was there sometimes as well. I mean, there were other guys though, too. So,
And Lester saying how Brad was around here and there continued to show Brad being overrated while still trying to be erased. And the fact he being Brad also had interest on the Union Depository is telling to his role within the crew, following their dreams in robbing. Lester would even describe their place as a whole and what they actually put out for this moment. But of course, Brad was X'd out way before this point.
Anyway, we robbed and lied and we hurt people. Pretty much lived a low-life kind of existence. But always dreaming of one thing and one thing only.
The big one.
This alone though, Trevor wanted to break him out of prison. This being Brad's dream as well. But even with thinking he changed, again showing them forcing to say the least. But on the way, T and Lester eerily would acknowledge everyone around them having their uses.
Is it too much to ask for a little respect? Just a little? Because I respect you, Trevor. Strangely, I do. I can see how you're useful. Terrifying, but useful.
Oh, well, I can think of a few uses for you, you chubby little ball of fun.
But with this, he would speak on what he was trying to do with even breaking Brad out, which was nothing more than adding a lackey. Again, think of Wade and Ron.
Spit and shine, Lest, like the old days.
I never did anything like that in the old days. You must have got me confused, maybe with Brad.
Really? You sure? Because I don't remember any specific instances, but it stands to reason I would have taken advantage of those overactive saliva glands.
Oh, charming. Again, you've got me confused with Brad.
You mentioned a job before. Something I could help you with?
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of it before. I ain't even talked to Mike about it yet, but he's gonna be on board. He's obligated.
What is it?
Ain't it obvious? Bustin' Brad out of the clink.
Oh, that?
Yeah, that, man. We've been working for the FIB.
Now we're working for ourselves.
Mike on the other, Frank in the middle. We put you in like a mechanical-style robot suit and...
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there, T. Some things are just better left alone.
Brad's not a thing. He's part of the crew.
Well, a crew's more than a sum of its parts, and he was a pretty shit part.
He is a pretty shit part, and that's only 'cause he's in jail.
No, he is shit because he's lazy, forgetful, mean, and stupid, with respect.
And Lester finally speaking on Brad, what he described wasn't all involved with them, all in some way. He just didn't like him, alongside knowing he was long gone. Being lazy, forgetful, and mean was nothing more than a silly cop-out to hide their snakish ways.
He's changed, all right? He writes now, emails. He's educated himself inside, and he'll be a valuable part of the team.
And again, even Trevor trying to give Brad the benefit of the doubt. Why even pull him in? But of course, it was for his benefit and his personal, less so the score at hand, though.
Why don't you talk to Michael about it?
I will, but I gotta talk to you too. You're planning this.
Talk to Michael, then come back to me.
And T doing this was still reveal telling things.
You're back, man. We are back. All right? All we gotta go do is bust out Brad, and then we're golden, man.
He didn't even have a made-up role for him, just trying to again bring on.
Franklin, he makes us multicultural. Lester makes it cyber. We're like modern America. We just get ourselves a gay friend. Bam!
But this would lead into the truth finally coming out, of course, about Brad. But even with that, Michael didn't hop on that plane because of Brad. What he was doing was trying not to speak on the truth to why he turned on his crew, which was that being survival. Meanwhile, Trevor went to North Yankton, for the obvious.
This is it. Moment of truth.
As if I didn't know. Brad!
And him even being digged up and even acknowledged wasn't even real anger that he was gone. But what Michael was about to say was all it ever was, something Trevor even knew.
Look, we do what we gotta do to survive. This thing, it didn't work out the way it was supposed to.
Oh, how was that, huh? With Brad in the can and me in the ground, or...
That's exactly what it was, but as many know, Brad simply got in the way. But of course, Michael wouldn't tell Trevor that. He still would, of course, again, cover up the lies with what did happen, again, only being in North Yankton to attempt to clean his face.
Or both of us in the coffin.
Brad got shot, you saw it! He didn't make it. I got shot, I did, that's it!
I think the only thing that didn't go as planned was me showing up on your doorstep 10 years later.
But things would show to not even be about Brad after this. Trevor immediately making this confrontation be about him and Michael.
I mourned you.
And when it did go back to Brad, it simply would show to be an oh well moment.
And I missed you. But I got a fucking family, Trevor.
We were all gonna die. He did die. You reptilian motherfucker!
But after this, to say the least, T would act distraught about this, going to say he doesn't do teams. Of course not true. He wouldn't be distraught.
Lamar Davis, what's up?
I'm part of the team. That's what's up.
Team? I don't do teams.
But again, it was more about realizing and confirming Michael wanting to stray away from him. With this though, his hypocrisy shows.
Yeah, it's a bummer. But you know, he wasn't the good guy he made out.
Man, dude was a killer, a thief, a liar, and irritable as shit.
Yeah, a liar. Above all else, a fucking liar.
T being stuck on M being a liar, of course, is telling to the things he lied about during the whole story. Again, anytime there's any confusion, think of Ron and Wade. But again, things went only back to Michael straying away.
Homie, you sound like some bitch he ain't called. Like, oh, he lied to me.
I am some bitch he didn't call for 10 years.
Fuck, man, he fucked you. The fucker got fucked. Damn, he fucked the fucker himself.
And more hypocrisy would show. The same thing Michael spoke on in North Yankton, Trevor says the same thing on his own behalf, showing again they all were that way.
Maybe when I got to LS, I was a little overwhelmed by the place. I got a little out of control, but that ain't who I am for the most part.
And by the time he even mentioned Brad, even Lamar was stuck on why he even cared about Brad after saying all the things he said about Michael.
But the Michael fucked you.
Yeah, the Michael fucked me, and the Michael fucked Brad, and the Michael ran off with the FIB.
Brad? Who the fuck is Brad?
Brad is our boy back from the day.
And Michael killed him?
Michael got him killed. He died when Michael faked his death. I thought Michael died and Brad was in the pen, when actually Brad was in the ground and Michael was in hiding.
And now Michael's dead and it's all okay?
Michael's current condition is unconfirmed. I said that.
But if he was dead, you'd be cool because of this Brad dude who died whenever.
Yes. Man, I thought you and Michael were tight.
So did I.
Okay, that make a lot of fucking sense.
It doesn't. But this what happens when you live a certain way and trying to still be who you never was. At least Brad was the only one true to the life, but dying before he could probably do the same anyway. And by the time Michael was free from his situation, one last time, he would speak on the truth. Survival. Although, of course, he even tried to pretty it up.
Look, man, before you go, what the fuck happened up there?
I said, Trevor went crazy, tried to kill me, I got jumped by the Chinese.
Man, before all that, I'm talking about the feds. Trevor, this guy Brad, man.
I know what you meant. All right, look, I made a judgment call. I don't know if it was the right one. I did what I thought I had to do.
I had a young family, Franklin. I was running with a crew of crazy motherfuckers with nothing to lose. I saw an out. A future for me, for my family. I took it.
You took it? Man, you burned every motherfucker you've ever known.
And as many know, even Franklin would be put in the situation to play the snake as well. But he even would be the hypocrite. Not to be cliche, man, but birds of a feather.
It was that or die. Look, I know it sounds cold. I don't expect you to understand it. Not yet, but you will. When you got ties of your own.
Meanwhile, T will have a lot of thinking to do. The convo with Lamar and many other things. But weirdly enough, what Patricia tells him is telling alone.
You're such good friends.
It's a bit more complicated than that. Actually, Michael and I, not speaking.
Old friendships cannot be replaced.
Again, all Trevor was trying to do was replace Michael, which was why Brad was even around anyway. So of course, hearing that, he showed his stand in the moment he went to be backup for Michael. Even when they speak about things, as many know, Brad wasn't even a problem. It was how he felt.
You know, what, homie? What are you even meaning to tell me, huh? That you stabbed me in the back, or that you were, and always will be, a worthless wretch who deserves to be put under.
And all surviving, everything at this point was when they could finally be real with things. Of course, living to be able to. But even with that, what's about to be said was simply telling alone.
I mean, let's be honest, Brad was a dick and things were getting out of control. You know, you had the kids and you'd already missed so much of their growing up. I could feel like I was losing you, so I pushed you harder. I thought that was how to keep you in the game and I didn't want to lose you. I've said that already, haven't I? Well, it was gonna blow up, man. We all knew it was, and I guess I'm happy you made it out alive. And with enough money to make sure your kids became total, complete nightmares.
Brad was a dick, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he was. Bless him.
Brad finally being brushed off by Trevor was for the fact, again, they survived, never even knowing it was supposed to be him and not Brad. And by the time he spoke to Frank about it, it was, of course, the same exact thing.
Hey, dog, it's good to know you put stuff aside with Mike. You know, I was kind of worried a little.
Like I said, I thought of his children and...
In a way, you're one of his children.
Thanks, man, I guess.
Really? If I'm completely honest with you, Brad was a bit of a dick.
The dude who got killed?
Yeah, I mean, would I have done it one day? Maybe. Probably. Well, probably likely. Wouldn't have done it in such an underhanded fashion, and the authorities wouldn't have been involved, but yeah.
So all this was over a guy neither of you really liked?
Well,
the principle was the thing, and if I'm anything, I'm a man of principles.
Hey, I'm happy you got over your principles. And thank the universe, Brad was a dick.
Again, though, Brad played a role and was more alike than Trevor and Michael than they really even wanted to agree with. No one was worse than Brad, let alone better. Him being betrayed, though, would lead the ones remaining to be able to accept their snakish ways.